You make beautiful things.
Welcome to the Encouraging Site. I am Ila and I would love to welcome you here in my house in Drachten in the Netherlands. I wish you can get encouraged through this time together while we drink a cup of coffee and listen to what God has to say to us through His Word in the name of Jesus. I live now here in Europe, in Holland, 2 years, and I had the opportunity to go to other countries around, like Spain and France and Belgium, Deutschland, Germany, and others. But in my time in these places, I noticed these big buildings, these big historical buildings. Some of them are still good and usable. People goes to them. Some of them are even museums. But there is other type of buildings in these places. These buildings are destroyed. They're abandoned. They're ruined. Nobody wants to go there. They don't have anything to say anymore. There is nobody living there anymore, nobody working there. They're not interested anymore. But there was one time that I thought, let me stop for a minute. Why not to stop? And I did, and I said, why if I see these buildings now, but in another perspective, from another point of view, perhaps from a point of view of a restorer? And then I started wondering, would it be possible to rebuild these places again? Would it be possible for these places to give life again? To welcome people in? To have a meaning again? To have a purpose again? And I wondered. And this reminded me of something, a verse in the Bible. And then I thought, perhaps, would you like to come and, or would you like to go with me to Isaiah? I would love to read Isaiah 61, verse 4. And it says, they will rebuild the ancient ruins and restore the places long devastated. They will renew the ruined cities that had been devastated for generations. It says for generations. But this tells me that there is hope. These buildings can have life again, can be strong again, can be radiant again. People can come over and enjoy these buildings again. You know what? Sometimes people can feel like this, like they're just a pile of stones, abandoned and ruined, and they cannot do anything anymore, that they cannot perhaps give anything else anymore to anyone. And this can happen probably because they went through a hard time in life. Perhaps life was just too hard for them. Perhaps was just too difficult to face it. After sickness, after losing someone, after a burnout, you can probably feel that you're empty there is nothing left. You're weak, have no strength. That perhaps you even don't even want to do anything anymore. But God says that He will rebuild it again. I can only imagine this time of rebuilding. Imagine these places again, little by little, getting stronger and growing and getting color again. And bringing these big frames for these huge and strong doors and these big and beautiful windows where light can get through again and light up the room, and people can come over and enjoy the place, and they can sit down and talk and perhaps have fellowship, perhaps a barbecue outside. These promises tells me that there is hope, that God can do it again, that He can do it again, and that He wants to do it again. He wants to do it again in you. He wants to do it again in me. Would you let Him do it in you, bringing life again? I pray that you will get encouraged today. In the name of Jesus.
You